Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We're so glad that you're here. My name is Nikki Shoemaker, and Heather Portwood and I are going to be sharing a little bit about Young Living and about the company and the products and just what it's all about. So hopefully we can just help to answer any questions that you might have. And we're going to keep this short and sweet. So I know some of you that are watching this either live or on the recording are currently, doing Young Living. Some people are brand new, and some people might have no idea and don't know about natural products, and are just here to learn more about it. So we're really glad that you're here, wherever you're coming from. All right, so let's introduce ourselves. Heather, do you want to go first?
Sure. My name is Heather Portwood, and we have been using oils for around 12 years. And when we first got started, I had a 2-year-old at the time who was really struggling with respiratory problems and allergies and asthma. And it just was really overwhelming and really difficult to try to pinpoint his triggers and what all areas of his body were really struggling. And so I didn't really know a whole lot about natural products. And so a friend of mine had actually given me a bottle of peppermint, and I tried it how she suggested, and it was really shocking at how well it worked. And so from there, we just kind of jumped all in. I saw how incredible he responded to it, and I was not seeing so much response from pretty much the chronic over medication that his body was being burdened by. And so we just, started with one thing at a time, and it has, really incredibly influenced and changed our lives in several different ways. And when I decided that we were going to start using oils and taking more supplements and supporting our body and on being on a preventative measure, I wanted to know how to get my oils paid for. And plus, I really loved sharing, and I loved telling everybody about the oils and how they helped. And so I just kind of naturally moved into an area of wanting to share about oils. And so that's how I kind of basically started the business in an organic fashion. But what came of that was, in steps, but kind of talking, okay, I want to get my oils paid for. And then kind of seeing the income opportunity that came with this was a little bit, I don't know, like I just thought I could do this. I can do this. I love people. I love the product. I'm passionate about wanting to help moms and give them tools. And so, we were really financially struggling in a really bad way, like a lot of people are and have been and are currently, but, living paycheck to paycheck and just really, couldn't pay bills. Like literally couldn't pay bills, electricity getting cut off, water getting cut off. And so it just came to a point where I really felt like I could do this and I could really share. And so Young Living on a financial, standpoint as well has been life-changing also. And so I'll keep sharing with people as long as Young Living's around, and it's been a complete blessing. So.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so my story is actually really similar to Heather's, and that's one of the reasons why it like when I heard about the success that she had with her kiddos, that really made me be like, okay, I need to really dig into this. So when we didn't know anything about essential oils, we didn't know anything about really like holistic healthcare, didn't know anything about network marketing. I mean, it was just, I had sick kiddo, and we were just on repeat cycles of having to go into the doctor, and we weren't really getting to the root cause of what the issue was. And that was what made me be like, I'm open to trying something totally different that none of my friends were doing, because I didn't meet Heather until later. So we had been dealing with our youngest daughter's skin issues, major breathing issues in the fall and the spring months. And like I said, like it was like a Band-Aid fix of what we were doing. So I remember vividly running into my friend Angie after I dropped off my kiddos at Sunday school at church. I literally walked by her in the hall, and she was talking to somebody else, and she was telling a story about how she had been dealing with the exact same thing we had been dealing with, and how these things called essential oils were helping. And I could, you know how you can hear in somebody's voice when they're truly being authentic and just saying, these are helping, and I'm not exactly sure how they're working is what she was saying, but they're really helping me. I literally remember stopping in my tracks, waiting for their conversation to finish, and then walking over to Angie and saying, Angie, what are you talking about? So she basically just told me very basics of the oils that she was using for her sons, what she was doing. And then that night, I literally remember Googling what are essential oils, and I read about it. And once you open up that, you start reading lots of different things and different people's opinions. So then I went onto the Young Living website and I read about why they're different and why this company is so different than the essential oils that you might get from Bath and Body Works or Amazon or the grocery store or even CVS. So that was a big difference. And that really showed me why a lot of people don't have success with essential oils, because they don't get them from a place like Young Living. They're basically applying water to their bodies, right? It's like water with a little bit of fragrance. So I ended up ordering the oils that Angie was using. Just really basic. She told me exactly what she was doing with her kiddos. And that very first night that we used oils on our toddler, we used some lavender and some RC. We put it on her feet and her chest and her spine and put it in the diffuser next to her bed. We applied them again if we needed them during the middle of the night, which would sometimes happen. You guys, she was able to sleep through the night. And if we had to apply it again in the middle of the night, so if she would have a little, episode where we need to apply it again, she was able to go right back to sleep instead of coming off of things that made her body hyped up, if you know what I mean. So I was amazed. I literally couldn't believe it. It not only changed her life, obviously, because she was so much healthier, and in the morning she'd wake up feeling good. She wasn't exhausted from a night of coughing, but it also changed the way that Phil and I were able to get ready for work in the morning. And we weren't exhausted. We weren't dragging ourselves. We didn't have certain things all around the house. It was switching over to having diffusers all around the house and having our oils in lots of different places. So our lives were changed profoundly, and I could not help but tell my friends that were also dealing with the same issues that we were dealing with how they had helped us. So I was a childbirth educator for many years. And at that time, I had a number of new mamas that were really wanting to use the oils too. So I asked Angie, who had shared the oils with me, what do I do? Right? Like, these people want to order the oils. What do I need to do? And she just said, you just need to send them your member number or your referral link. And so that's what I did. And I didn't make it awkward or weird. I just said, here's the link. Here's what you can order. These are the oils that helped me. And then that's what they did. And so I knew that by helping my friends get oils into their homes, my order could eventually get paid for. And I had been hearing about the benefits of some other products that would also further help my daughter's skin and her lungs. And I knew that I wanted those. And by getting my order paid for, it wouldn't be a burden on our family's budget. So I began to share, and I would just share authentically with people that I knew how we use the oils. And after some time, my income with Young Living surpassed the other two jobs that I was working. And a few years later, I hit the rank of platinum, which I know for many of you, you might not know what that means, but it just means that I could pay for our monthly mortgage, for dance and gymnastics classes, and we could go on vacation a couple times a year other than going to visit family that lived out of state. So it was pretty life-changing. We now have over 3,000 families in my organization alone. And we are here to teach them to be empowered to take care of their families, and also to be empowered to run a business if they so choose. You can also just be a customer with Young Living. About 98% of the people in our team are customers, and they just use and love the products, and that's awesome. Everybody else can choose to have an income if they want to. So I'm super passionate about sharing the opportunity that Young Living has. Okay, so why did I choose Young Living? So we are a company that is 27 years old. So we're not in a flash of the pan type of company. We've been around for a long time. We have 25 seed to seal farms around the world. Every single farm, the way we get the oils goes through the exact same testing. So if something is not up to Young Living standards, they will not sell it. There have been many times when our most loved oils or products have been out of stock, and that's okay, because it's not just something that they make in a warehouse or chemically. This is something that is grown in our, outdoors, in the fields, in nature. Because if we cannot have Young Living quality, then they will not sell it. So for a long time, one of my very favorite blends, Valor, was out of stock. This is one of our family's favorites. I apply it to my wrists. I apply it to my neck. I'll take some deep breaths in and out. I love to put it in my diffuser at night with lavender together. It helps me to sleep so much better, so much more soundly, and I wake up feeling really rested. But for about 2 years, we didn't have Valor because the specific batches were not up to quality. So they didn't sell it. We didn't have it. And I really appreciate that type of integrity with our company. So our testing is done in triplicate, over 20 different tests, in-house and third party. We have 600 life-changing products in 100 countries globally, and we are growing. So Young Living can be found all over the world. If you have friends or family in other countries, they can also order Young Living products. We have a foundation called the Young Living Foundation. It's committed to giving a hand up, not a hand out, to people in need, both in the United States and around the world. Okay, so we have something called Seed to Seal. So anyone can go to our Young Living farms. Heather and I have both been to a number of them, but anyone of you can as well. You can go and talk to the farmers. You can participate with the harvest. You can see the oil being distilled. The distillation process is amazing to actually see the oil coming up. So distillation is why all the other oils I have seen in the grocery stores and in other places online were not doing anything, because they weren't harvesting properly, and they sure as heck weren't distilling properly. So my favorite example of this is cypress oil. So cypress oil has 280 known chemical constituents. If it's distilled for 20 hours, you only get 20 of the 280 properties. If it's distilled for 26 hours, you get none of the properties. So most market cypress is distilled for 3.5 hours. The correct length of time for distilling cypress is 24 hours to get the full 280 properties. And if you want cypress to do the job it's intended to do, you must, get all 280 constituents, no more, no less. And we know that the reason why most companies don't want to distill for 24 hours is because it costs more money, right? It's a lot cheaper to just distill for 3.5 hours. But our company is about making products that actually work and that actually help your body and are distilled properly. All right, so another thing that I am super passionate about is the amount of work that Young Living puts into being sustainable. Nature is to be respected, and they work so hard to protect and support the earth. So Young Living ensures that all of our corporate farms and Seed to Steel certified farms are really carefully monitored for earth-friendly practices, super low impact production. We are working towards a zero waste operations. And Young Living is very dedicated to creating low impact packaging. They have come so far in the 9 years that I've even been a part of Young Living. But we say no to packaging that contains PCB, BPA, and yes to minimal packaging with recycled materials. So we also have a brand new global headquarters in Utah. If you are in the area this summer, you should absolutely check it out. It's beautiful. It is built with both LEED, LEED, and Green Globe certifications, which is extremely hard to actually make that certification. So, but it's also just a beautiful, beautiful building. Okay, so another thing that I learned about when I first started, ditching chemicals and cleaning up our home, because those things actually were triggering Abby's issues that she was having. So another thing, though, that I learned was how important clean and safe products are in our home. So before Young Living, I just figured if it was on the shelves at Target, then it would be safe for us to use, right? Were you guys ever like that as well? Well, I was very wrong. What we put on our bodies is so important. And there are very low regulations in the United States for for any type of, looking at chemicals and if they are safe to put on your skin. So like I said, what we put in our homes, the air we breathe, what we clean our floors with, what we wipe and clean our kids' toys with, our laundry, and every single bit of that is being absorbed into our bodies. So we have to be mindful of what we are using. So Young Living does not have any artificial dyes or parabens or formaldehyde, none. I use Young Living's Savvy Minerals makeup. I use their face wash. I use their moisturizers and their body wash. It's fantastic. And it actually has our essential oils in them, which is wonderful, wonderful for your skin. All right, Heather's going to take it from here.
Okay, we have a lifestyle made simple. We have oils that are hundreds of different essential oils and blends to keep your family feeling your best. This is usually where a lot of us start. When we are introduced with Young Living is because we have some type of issue that we would like some support with, so oils. And then we have home and personal care, which is everything from facial cleansing lines to toothpaste to mouthwash to hand soap, lotions, deodorants. We've one-stop shop. We've got a little bit of everything. And then we have nutrition, supplements, CBD, food, drinks, and a lot of things that I guess kind of make us different in the supplement realm is the majority of our supplements do contain essential oils. And when you go in to look at how oils help with absorbing nutrients, it's just like you're not just taking things orally and then it's having to go through the digestive tract and then the liver and all of that. It's literally the oils will help your body to absorb these nutrients. So that's one of the main ways that make our supplements and nutrition area different from most. Next, we have purifying your home. So the products we use in our homes impact our health and wellness. And so Young Living's commitment to naturally derived plant-based products makes it easy to choose cleaners, personal care products, and other household items formulated without the use of harmful chemicals. And one thing that's really important about this is once you learn about, it's not just using bleach one time or using your Clorox wipes one time. It's an accumulative habit of how you're exposed to these toxic chemicals, that starts to literally build up in your body. Your cells absorb it, your lymphatic has a hard time draining it. And so this is one part of Young Living that is just really phenomenal, of how can we change to purifying our home instead of continuing to toxify our home. What are essential oils? So they are essentially the lifeblood of the plant. And when these plants are grown in the right conditions, harvested at the correct time, and distilled with the utmost care, they can aid in keeping our bodies healthy, well, happy, and which is how our bodies were intended to be. And so sometimes you may see some things online that are like, why doesn't Young Living, or why don't oil places give us their testing results, or why don't they maybe seem like it's not transparent? The reason is Young Living has figured out how to distill the plant, which is one thing our founder was very passionate about, to get the most therapeutic qualities out. And so a lot of people, a lot of other companies are not have not been around as long and do not know these things. So it would kind of be like just putting out all your secrets online. And so if you ever come across that, that's the reason why. It's not about, not being transparent. It's just about, not everybody knows exactly the full potential of what Young Living is doing with our products. So essential oils are composed of really small molecules, and these molecules are so small that they can pass through our tissues and directly into our cells. And so our systems are super effective and can transport these molecules all over our bodies within a matter of minutes. How to use essential oils. There's several different ways. Some of us use them more ways than some others, but the main ways are using topically. So the main way to do this is you're going to want to get the oil where your issue is. So, if you need support in the head area, applying to the forehead, if you need some muscle support, making sure you're applying to those muscles. If you have some digestive issues that you're needing, help with, applying to the belly. So that's your main rule of thumb with applying topically. Aromatically is, a lot of us have diffusers. Some of us have them in every room in our home, in the bedrooms and bathrooms, kind of thinking where you would put a candle. But just to really, it's amazing how, every day I have the one in the kitchen that I put the same oils in every day at like 4:00 when I'm trying to start dinner, and just kind of chill out, calm the house down. The witching hour is insane. And so then the next way would be to take them internally. A lot of us, will take them in capsules, or like some of our supplements, taking them internally that way. And so those are our main 3 ways. What sets us apart? There's so much, but to keep it simple, if you're ready to live clean, the products that we have in our homes impact our health and wellness in countless ways. Young Living's commitment to naturally driven plant-based products makes it easy to choose the products for every part of your life, formulated with you, your family, and your environment in mind. So one thing is for sure, that we are passionate about using only the best ingredients that are as health conscious and environmentally responsible as they are effective. So Young Living products, you'll never see the main red flag ingredients that we're teaching you to look for on your labels, like artificial dyes, petroleum, minerals, sulfates, parabens. Those are all things that, are big, huge no-nos, when you start to transition out of the chemical, overburdened lifestyle. So our Subscribe to Save is a program that Young Living has. It used to be called Essential Rewards, and it's basically a monthly order where you can customize your wellness plan. So you can call it your customized wellness box. It's delivered to your doorstep. You get to change your order each month. And you can change the date if you need to change the date. And there's also no commitment. The benefit of this program is once you feel good and solid that you think that you can incorporate these products into your life, it really helps you save money. So not only do you get a discount, but you also earn points back monthly to where you can then trade in those points, redeem those points for free product. So a lot of us who, like I saw such a huge difference with my son with respiratory. I was like, I will never go without, RC, lavender, and peppermint. I have to order those, every month, if not every other month, if that's where we started. So when I learned about this type of program, it was just really helpful because I could then start to order some other products with my free points to try some other things. So it's just a really phenomenal program and a way to really help financially once you feel good and solid that this lifestyle is good for you. This is a really great sheet to kind of look at different things in your cabinets and under your sink and, areas of where you could start transfer buying. So things like we do have pantry staples. We have a really great grain called einkorn. If you ever research any of that, it's a really great grain, especially for people who are gluten-free or have issues with celiac. Different things around the house, trying to transition out of your Clorox and try our Thieves household cleaner. We have pet shampoo and pet ointment. I mean, we have pretty much so many things, face care, foundation, and makeup. So this is a really great sheet to screenshot, or if you want this, we can just let us know and we can send it to you. Why our community? It is really important whenever you're trying to start out with any type of wellness company in general, but you do want to know, kind of gravitate towards people who know what they're talking about and aren't just trying to really sell you a product. So one thing that really makes our community different from a lot of people is we really want to empower you and equip you fully to be confident on how to use these oils. A lot of us are moms who find ourselves, at the 1 o'clock, 12 a.m., where you have a child who all of a sudden is not feeling great. We really want to be able to empower you with these tips that we have learned that just equip you really, really well. And so I love the community that we're in because we have a really big range of ages of people who have jumped all in with Young Living and with our products and are very, very confident in how they use them and how we suggest and offer tips to our friends. This may be the part that kind of people are like, I'm not doing this as a business, not doing it. I think a lot of us said that. I'm not doing this, I'm not doing it. But the difference is when you come across an opportunity that's a product that you absolutely can 100% get behind and you're passionate about it because you've seen the outcome of how it's helped your family and changed your life, it really does become a natural side effect. It's not really, yes, building a business is work, and this is not, easy. You don't become millionaires overnight in anything. But one thing with Young Living is so many of us see such a difference and have had such a great impact on our health that we really do want to share. And so things like sharing with your friends and your family, and you get paid on people who order, and then you get, once you start ordering monthly, then you get those points back. And then it really has become something where I have 7 kids, and I get to stay at home and educate them, and I don't have to worry about finances. And that is a huge, huge deal. Sorry, my connection is unstable. So why Young Living? We have a really incredible compensation plan, if you've heard that term. We have generous bonuses, incentives for achieving goals, the ability to build your own business in your own time, retreats. Nikki and I have been, we've earned retreats that were just life-changing and amazing opportunities. There's incentives and contests, and there's philanthropic purpose through the Young Living Foundation. We have leadership support and access, 600 lifestyle products. And I think the biggest thing, at least for me anyway, is just I've had the opportunity to help so many people have an opportunity with a product that will help them physically. But then at the same time, I realized when I heard our founder's wife, Mary, she said, we need money in the hands of good people. And one thing with network marketing in general is usually a lot of women. We're nurturing, we're caring, we're giving of our time and our finances. We're usually givers. And so it just, if you love Young Living, it's really a perfect opportunity for stay-at-home mom, for if you need extra help income wise. If you're broke, you can really do anything tailored around your lifestyle. This is our income potential, and it can vary, but this just kind of gives you an overview of these are our different ranks of Young Living, and then the average monthly income, and then the average annual income. So it's legit in the financial area, and I have been doing this for a while. And so there's been, I haven't been always solid in my rank. I've kind of gone back and forth, and that's okay. I've been able to work more when I have time to do that. And so it's I don't know, looking at that, it's pretty motivating. So, and the legacy. So business does not have an urgency because you're running out of time. The world is your market, and the opportunity is bigger than ever. And that's one thing that I'm never quitting. Like, as long as Young Living is around, I'm going to continue to share how they've helped me in those main ways, and physical aspects, emotional aspects, and financial aspects. And so one thing is we want to help support people in this area and take as many people who want to do this as possible with us. And so we do need money in the hands of more people who do really good things to help change the world. So you can mix and match all your products to try out. So that's one thing that they've changed. That's just been really, really great. So you don't have to enroll with a big, $1,000 kit or whatever. You can just kind of customize exactly what it is that you want to order, or what product it is that piques your interest, and start from there. So if you are ready to start, you can talk to the person who invited you or shared this call with you, and just kind of head over to youngliving.com and start filling out what kind of products you want. You can unlock your 24% discount. Make sure that you get your coupon referral ID from your friend who shared with you. That will help you get set up, and you can become what we call a brand partner, which is just somebody who, if you think from the very get-go of, oh my gosh, yes, I think I do want to share with somebody, then you're going to want to, start with a brand partner so that you could start earning commissions on that. So that's what makes the difference of a customer and a brand partner. So we are so thankful that you guys joined us tonight, and we're hopeful and look forward to helping and supporting you on your journey with Young Living, because like we've seen how amazing it's, benefited our families in so many different ways. And we're thrilled to be here to help you all. Hope you guys have a great night, and we'll see you later.